Hello, good morning. How are you doing today? God bless you for watching this video. So today I am just going to talk about the five valuable lessons that I've learned ever since losing a very important, a very close family member of mine. So today marks exactly 3 years since I've lost my dad. And I kid you not, when it happened, by this time, this day, it had not happened. Um, and when it happened, it was a great shock unto us. It was a shock. We were not expecting it. He was sick, and we were hoping he would recover, get well, and come back home. He was in hospital. So I remember on the 21st in the morning, we went to see him, we went to visit him. I think he was moved wards and things like that. He was not okay, but he was chatting, making stories. I even asked him, what do you want to cook? What do you want to eat? What should I bring you? I think he had said chicken soup or something like that. And, we were just we were not expecting it. And all of a sudden, when we left him, so that we go home and bring him lunch, when we left him around 12:30 or 1, I really don't remember the time, but afternoon time, the hospital was calling my mom with a private number. And you know how it is, we are so reluctant to answer those private numbers. Like, why are you calling me with a private number? Who are you anyway? you know um and we were just reluctant to answer that call. But then we, at the end, we saw that the call was persistent, and we mom just had to answer, and we were told to come back to the hospital. And we're like, come back to the hospital? We just saw my dad, like. And then because of them being all professional, they didn't want to tell us over the phone. So they're like, come back, and come back to the hospital. And we went back, and the news was broken down to us that he had gone. He suffered a heart attack when he was doing dialysis. So that's how my dad went, just like that. And the first thing that I've learned is that death will not knock at your door and say, hi, I'm here now. He like, it won't tell you, so that at least you prepare. And we've heard stories of people dying from their sleep, dying, you know anyhow. We've heard people had accidents. You leave home, going to work, going to school, and all of a sudden, we do not know when death is gonna knock at our door. But we know that from the book of Hebrews 9, the verse 27, that it is indeed appointed for a man to live once, and then after that they die. And then the first judgment, let's go there. The Hebrews chapter 9, the verse 27. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this judgment. So you can tell that it is appointed for us to die at some point. We know that. I remember when I was younger, I used to be so scared of death. I was like, dying? So scared of death, my goodness. Because I didn't have a greater understanding of death than I do now, than now at this point. So, but I kid you not, the death is one thing, oh yeah, but judgment, eternity, that's another thing. Honestly, the only thing that really gets to me is eternity, because it's two destinations. It's either hell or heaven. So it's how we live here on earth, what we do here on earth, what we say, what we think, everything put together that will lead us in these places. And it's whether or not we receive Christ Jesus that will also determine our eternity. So death is one thing, but then the other is eternity. You know, eternity is just too long for us to miss it. Okay, let me come back to the lessons that I've learned. So lesson number 1, if you have your family members together, and all your lovely and valuable family members, please make sure they know Christ and they are in Christ, because of course we know that we are all Christians. Like, everyone believes that we are all Christians, but it's deeper than that. It's knowing Christ, living for Him, pleasing Him, praying for their salvation. I noticed that for family members, we are so skeptical. We're scared to lead them to Christ. We're scared to tell them about Christ because they are so dear to us. For me, let me speak for me. Sometimes you just don't want to pester them and talk about Christ. You think praying for them only is enough, but no, talking to them about Christ, talking to them about judgment, talking to them about eternity, hell or heaven, being frank and sincere with them, telling them that this kind of act will lead you to hell. Telling them about Christ, eternity is important, leading them to Christ. I remember the day before, it's like the day before my dad went into hospital. After helping him into bed and all of a sudden there was an urge in my spirit to take my Bible and go and pray with him. So I went there, prayed with him, and that's when I had the privilege to lead him to Christ. But guess what? I had all this privilege when he was with me all this time to lead him to Christ. Why did it have to take that long? So if you have the opportunity, lead your family members to Christ, be it your children, your husband, your wife, your mother, your father, your auntie, your uncle, any valuable family member of yours. Let us lead them to Christ. Let us also show them the light. Yes, the leading to Christ I'm talking about is different here. We not the usual. We are going to church Sunday. Relationship with Christ, the deeper parts. So that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is be intentional about spending time together. Very, very important. If you have family members, try and spend time together. Be intentional. Like, go out. When I say go out, I'm not saying go to the nightclub. Do things that are fun together. Fun things. Go to the park. I enjoy seriously taking walks to the park. Simple as that. Having fun at the park, just simple as that. I enjoy that a lot. So if you have the opportunity, go to parks, spend time together, even at home, do things together, chat, make stories, chat, be intentional about spending time. I can see that in this day and age, we are all on our phones. Yes, we're in the same room. Yes, we are in the same house, but we're all on our phones. Speaking to our friends, speaking to this one, speaking to this one. I find that we really invest in our social media than we really invest in family time. So be intentional about spending time together. If you have that opportunity to be in one roof, try and pray, family devotion, spend time together. Be intentional. We find that these days people are working. You go to work, the next thing you see your mom in the evening, and your mom is going to work that evening. You are barely spending time together. Or you go home out to work, next thing you're all tired. All you want to do is sleep, honestly. So yeah, be intentional about spending time together. Number 3, make memories, pictures. Make memories. My dad was someone who would not just randomly take a picture, but make memories, make memories. Take those pictures. Whatever you're doing, when you're together, gathering together, make memories, so that in the future you're sharing your stories together as a family. If you happen to have children, and if you happen to have grandchildren, at least you have those memories to share with them. Pictures, you have memories, videos, many things, and tell them that you love them. We are on number 4. Tell them that you love them and you value them. It's one thing to tell somebody that you love them, but it's also another thing to act, to show them, show them that you love them. Serve one another. Be kind to one another. Tell them that you love them. Back in the day, when mother and daughter, you don't tell them that you love them, that was odd. That was odd to our ears, but hello. Tell them that you love them, show them that you value them. Okay. Do those little things, like buy them. I don't know about you. I'm a flower person. Somebody that buys me flowers, do those little things for them. Polish their shoes, serve one another. Show them that you love them. Tell them that you love them. And the other thing, number 5, is to learn from each other. Learn. This is the time to ask questions. This is the time, if you want to know about your background, you want to know about your tradition, you want to know about your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-great-grandfather, ask questions. Take time to ask those questions. Take time to really, ask questions. Learn from one another. Ask, just learn. Google can teach us, other things can teach us. Nature can teach us. There's also lessons that are valid from learning from one another. Now, so like I said, it is appointed unto men once to die, but then after this judgment, you hear people saying, live your life to the fullest. Yes, do that. Wonderful. But live it well so that you can end up well in judgment. Let us go to the book of Matthew, the 12th verse 37. It says, but by the words that shall... let's start from verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof on judgment day. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. This is judgment. After death, judgment. The one that we spoke about in Hebrews, there shall be judgment. There shall be judgment. That one there, that gets me. There shall be judgment. Whatever we do, whatever we say, there shall be judgment. And it's by that judgment, whatever we do, by those words, by those actions, we shall be condemned. That's where eternity comes into action here. There is eternity to go to, people. There is eternity to go to. In as much as death takes our loved ones, death does all, sweeps away, our loved ones, but eternity, the aftermath, is what is important. What are we doing now? Are we living well? Are we pleasing to God? Because we don't know when death is gonna come. Even if it's not death, the coming of the Lord is near. The coming of the Lord is near. Even if we don't die physically now, the coming of the Lord is near. How is he gonna find us? How is he gonna find you and me? We don't know when he's gonna come, but we have been told the signs. We've been told in Matthew 24 the kind of signs to expect, the kind of signs to look out for. And if you really look into that, the signs are coming to pass. The signs have come to pass. What are we doing about that? Okay, death, we really can't do much about it. But the coming of the Lord, what are we doing? Are we preparing? What are we doing about that? What are we doing about that? So, my brothers and sisters, let us be serious about eternity. Let us be serious about eternity. In as much as death brings so much sorrow unto our hearts, let us be serious about eternity. So thank you so much for watching. Please kindly subscribe to my channel. Please like, comment and share. Maybe your comment will help somebody out there, and maybe you sharing this video will also help somebody out there. So yeah, God bless you. God bless you so much. Bye bye.